So as you know, my name's Jenny, and I, along with a few other things, help people to have the guts and the skills to be confident and capable presenters and communicators. So each month at LinkedIn Local, we get the opportunity to do some structured networking. And what I do at the start of that session is give you some tactics to help you best pitch yourself and your business to each other in a safe space, taking a learn, pair, share approach. Now, because we can't do the actual networking part tonight, what I thought I'd do is spend the next kind of 8 to 10 minutes working through sharing some tactics with you so that you can think about and reflect on and practice ready for next month, so that when we get together in May, you can come in all ready to go with pitching yourself and your business. So what I thought I'd start with is a recap from what we covered last month. So for those of you that came along to our session last time, thank you so much for your excellent participation. It was great to hear the energy that came from everyone. And what I covered last month was some tips on bringing in some storytelling into your elevator pitches. So how you can use anecdotes or a short story that can really bring your overview of your business to life. Great communicators are generally good storytellers, and they draw on their own experiences as anecdotes. And it's a really great way to help you emphasize a key point, illustrate a theory, make a human connection, lighten the mood or be memorable. Also is a good way to create some interest in your business, but all without compromising that key message. And for us, that's about introducing ourselves and who we are and what we do. So when we think about our elevator pitch, we know that we're introducing ourselves, we're introducing our business, and we are also introducing our area of specialization. And if we can think of a way to link that to a short story or an anecdote, that can really help bring that pitch to life. So one way to do that we covered last time, was around sharing your why. So why do you have your business? What is it that gets you out of bed in the morning? And what inspires you to do what it is that you do? Or another way is that you could share just a nice, easy example that helps bring your business to life. So a summary of something you've done recently with a client, or the impact that you've made on others. So in summary, on our storytelling, anecdotes need to have a structure. They don't want to be too long, and I'm going to get to our next topic in a moment, which will help us be succinct when we're delivering our pitches. We want our stories or our anecdotes to have a point and be relevant to our audience and the subject. So when we're networking, we really want people to understand who we are and what it is that we do, so that they can find that way to connect with you and you can find a way to connect with them. It also gives you that opportunity to be a little bit personal as well, because sometimes we get too focused on the facts and details of our business, whereas bringing in an anecdote can just bring that personal nature in there as well for you. So your life is full of anecdotes, and I encourage you to use them and think about how you can build a short story or an anecdote into your elevator pitch to share at our session when we get together next month. The next area I want to cover, which is new for us, is around getting to the point. And this is about how we can be succinct when networking or when introducing ourselves to others. What we find is when we're nervous or really passionate about something that we're talking about, it can be hard to convey information in a limited time or in a limited number of words. And when we're nervous, we tend to speak faster and we can appear more disorganized than we actually are. So a nervous, disorganized speaker might take 100 words to express something that a calm, focused speaker could say in about 20. And I read a Forbes article recently, which I'm happy to share after tonight's session as well, or I'll dig it out while we're online tonight. And this Forbes article said that the average human attention span has fallen from 12 seconds in the year 2000, which doesn't sound like a lot in the first place, down to 8 seconds in the year 2020. So our attention spans right now average at 8 seconds. So it's no surprise that being succinct is more important now than ever before. So concise speaking makes a huge difference in the quality of your elevator pitch, but also the impact that you have on others. So some of the other benefits of being succinct when doing your elevator pitch or when you're introducing yourself to others. First one, being memorable. So a bit like our storytelling, It's really easy to remember a simple message that somebody conveys to you. So being succinct with your elevator pitch helps you be more memorable. It helps you focus on the audience as well. So if you give your audience or your person that you're interacting with when you're networking, if you give them too much information, you actually make it harder for them to get to know or understand who you are and what it is that you do. Whereas when you speak concisely with fewer words, the audience can understand that much easier and they can manage their attention and focus on you a lot better as well. Third benefit. So be genuine and persuasive. So studies have found that when messages are easier to process, they're more likely to be seen as true. And when we're networking, we really want to be genuine. We want to be persuasive. We want people to like us, don't we? That's why we're here. We're trying to build some connections. So if we can be succinct in that, that helps portray that for you as well. And the fourth benefit of being succinct is around being professional and competent. So efficient communication, we know, is appreciated by everyone. It shows that you respect each other's time. And as I've said, we've got that attention span of about 8 seconds now. So if we can say our key message in a lot less words than other people, it really demonstrates that level of confidence and competence in what it is that you're talking about. And it gives you that level of professional credibility, I suppose, as well. So why do some people struggle to be succinct? So sometimes we can over-explain things. So you may think you're being really thorough, but all you're really doing is losing the other person's attention. So instead of making your point clear, you end up clouding it by over-explaining things. And I know I've done that myself many times before. Another thing some people do is inadvertently overcompensate for our insecurities. So sometimes if we're a bit nervous or a bit out of our comfort zone, we tend to ramble on and we say a lot more than we thought we would be saying, and then we're kind of in our heads going, oh, now I'm rambling and I'm saying too much and I don't know what I'm talking about, but I'll just keep going and hopefully dig myself out of it. Whereas if we can be more succinct, it helps us kind of keep that level of control. So, what can we do about this? So I've got 4 key tips to help. The first one, speak slower. So it sounds really easy, and it's something I know I'm very conscious of when I'm presenting and when I'm talking to people. But if you can express your message in fewer words, it gives you the freedom to speak slower and convey your message in the same amount of time. Speaking slowly has really good benefits in terms of the ability to give you the opportunity to put more emphasis on your keywords, but also bring in that emotional expression as well with your message. And speaking slower helps us breathe, it helps us stay relaxed, and it helps us be more conscious of what we're saying. So that's the first tip, speak slower. The second tip, prepare. So without preparation, it's really hard to be brief. Write down your elevator pitch, practice it. Think about how long should my elevator pitch be? And if you write it down, you can see how long it becomes versus when you're saying it out loud. So as a rule of thumb, you don't want it to be more than a few sentences long. If it's longer than that, have a look at how you can condense that down. Use some bullet points that help keep you on track, and that's also a good way of helping you learn your elevator pitch so that then you can deliver it more naturally when you're out at our next event next month, and you can just talk to it really naturally as well. You can use a framework, and I just keep it really simple. I shared earlier, when we talk about elevator pitches, we introduce ourselves, we introduce our business, we talk about our area of specialty, and if we can bring in a short anecdote to help bring that to life, perfect. Really simple 4-step framework, that works really well. So that second tip is around preparing. The next area, third tip for you, eliminate the waffle. So if you were forced to boil down who you are and what you do into one sentence, what would that be? This will help ensure that you're drawing the audience's attention to the biggest takeaway that you want people to remember about you. It also helps you take out that excess language and those filler words, or waffle as I like to call it. And it helps you think about how you can give people enough of an introduction about yourself so they want to know more. And when we have our structured networking session next month, you'll see when you come here, we'll do this practice, but then we break for some food. And while people are having a bite to eat and having a bit of a chat, you can then go and find people who you've had that introduction to and had a teaser about that you want to know more about, because you've just learned enough to go, oh, actually, I want to go and talk to Kim and find out some more about what she does. So that third tip, eliminate the waffle. And the fourth and final tip I always recommend for people is just be you. So focus on maximizing the power and impact of your words that are right for you, and being able to communicate concisely in a way that really fits your personality and your style. So in summary, to get to the point and to be succinct, to help us be memorable, focus on our audience, be genuine, have that persuasive conversation with people, but really be professional and competent, we want those 4 tips. We want to speak slowly, we want to do our preparation, we want to eliminate the waffle, and we want to be you. So I can't wait to see you all next month and see you put all of this into practice, and we'll do it in a really safe, lovely environment that we have created here. And I know the value that we get from these sessions is really great, and it's not from listening to me talking to you for 10 minutes. It's a value that you get from that networking with each other. So I really look forward to seeing you in May, and I will hand back over to Luke and we will carry on with the session. So thank you, everyone.